Okay, so here's Hank meeting Twiggy. She's my 6-year-old greyhound. And right off the bat here, he's very pushy, very excited, very all over her, and she gives him a few small corrections in the beginning. Then she gives him a harsher one. He kind of looks like he was sniffing and about to turn off to the side there. That's why I gave him a good boy. But it was short-lived. So she is making it very clear that she does not like what he's doing. It is too much. And he's, taking it as, are we playing? Are we doing this? He is more excited and interested in her and doesn't really care what she is telling him. So while he's here, he's going to get a lot of these interactions with her and some of Megan's dogs who have great corrections. And I really want to, and you'll notice she's not escalating it and getting to the point where he's in danger. She's just being very clear with no thank you. So we went ahead and put her up to give her a break, and this is about 2 hours later. Right there, she froze, gave him a low growl, and he actually took the correction. He is going around sniffing. He's going to his crate here, and this is only an hour and a half later. So this is pretty great. For as intense as he was initially, this is really nice to see that he can do this. He does get excited again and get all up in her face, and we eventually have to split him up a second time. But I love to see that he is learning. It's just going to take him a lot of time. So we really want to focus on him being with those good adult dogs that have boundaries. And Twiggy actually really enjoys playing. And once he does it appropriately, she probably would enjoy playing. She would probably start a play session with him. She's quite playful, just in an appropriate way. So that's the kind of dogs we want to surround him with as much as possible. Here's just a quick little time-lapse video of him working on this puzzle toy while we have lots of commotion going on. I'm getting my daughter ready for school. I have Twiggy wandering around, and I have the cat wandering around in the kitchen, and he does great. He really just stays focused on his puzzle toy and just does amazing. Yes. Okay, so here we are working on that marker word boot up that we talked about. Yes. And he does great. Not much to do here, but I want to point out that Marty is right here. I also have Boom and the pin next to me, as you'll see right here. And he is completely able to focus with the dogs around. And I think that's a really good skill to have. And I will sometimes do some training sessions separate, but I think I'll also have them around quite a bit just to reinforce the fact that dogs can be a neutral part of the environment and we don't have to focus on them. And he does a great job if he's working, ignoring the dogs. I had zero problem with that while he was here. Okay, so here I'm working on some of that name recognition that we talked about and I showed you when you picked up. And he does great. Like I said, he's very food motivated and very interested and engaged with me when I sit down with him to work.
Hank! Hank! Yes! Oh, sorry, that's a good. Hank! Yes!
So here's just another time-lapse video of Hank in his crate. This time he has a frozen Kong. And I'm just going in and out of the house quite a bit, and I'm moving some dogs around, so there's a little bit more commotion. And he does great. He settles. You get to see that he's just working on his little frozen Kong the whole time, not too concerned about what's going on around him. And he's doing great. Okay, so here I kind of set up a double training session. I'm working on Boom's place work, and then I'm also just kind of doing a little bit of marker word boot up. I did it multiple times throughout the day, and I also wanted to see how he would do some of his known behaviors for me and just kind of get to know him and build that working relationship with us. And he does great. He has a really lovely sit and down, and he was more than happy to kind of engage with me. And again, we have all the dogs out. We have most of the dogs out. But Boom, who he gets really excited with, and Boom also gets really excited with him and plays. And he's still able to work with him around. So again, another really good sign. He's a really super smart guy, and I think he's gonna do great.
Hank! Yes! Oh, what'd you spit it out for? There you go. Good, all done. All done, Boom.
Okay, so I showed you him in his crate and him in his pen doing well when I was just kind of walking around. But some of the times he's not gonna do great. I didn't get to see that today, but I'm sure I will, and I'm sure I'll have it on video and kind of walk you through what I would do when he isn't. But here I go ahead and I kind of set up a training session where in case he does start to get upset, I can work through it with him. So I put him in, and instead of a puzzle toy that has food inside, I went ahead and did a snuffle mat. So it's just kind of this loose material, and I shove treats under all the grass areas. And he did great. He worked on it fine. And then he's just kind of watching me set up. I'm getting treats out. I'm putting dogs where I need them to go. And then I'm going to go ahead and camp out on the couch for a little bit and periodically reward him for doing the right thing. So you saw he kind of perched up on the side of the X pen to see what I was doing, which is fine. You know, he didn't vocalize, he didn't bark, he just kind of wanted to see what's going on, and we just ignored it. I like to ignore anything they do in the crate and then reward the things that they do that I like, that are working towards what we like to see. So would I treat him while his feet were up? Probably not. But I also wouldn't say anything to have him get down. Just, this is about him self-soothing, him, you know, coming down after a walk, and I let him play with Boom a little bit before this. So after exciting things, I know he has had water, I know he has exercise, I know he has mentally been trained, so he has everything he needs, and he should be okay for a while in the pen. So I really want to set him up for success, and so I made sure he had all his things that he needed before I put him in. And you'll just see me kind of lobbing some treats over the side periodically. Sometimes I just do it randomly as long as he's being quiet. Sometimes I will see him lay down, so I'll give him some treats for that, like, good job, here we go. That's all I'm doing. So this is kind of an easy training session for me, because all I'm doing is watching TV and tossing some treats to him.